Not a step farther. State your business. Only the faithful are permitted within.
Don't you recognize me? I've come for an audience with your High Priest.
I don't much care for your tone.
Steady there. That's Denim of Goliath you're talking to.
What?
I am unarmed. I mean no ill will.
I'll be the judge of that. How do I know you don't have a half-dozen soldiers with you?
Leave off. Sir Denim isn't the sort to lie to us.
I knew you were always their man.
A grave insult.
Enough! Sheath your swords! You two. I am Olivia, a Sibyl of the Order here. You wish to meet with our leader, Abuna Pranset? Come this way.
What did you say? Abuna Pranset?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Please, we must hurry. There isn't much time.
What do you mean?
The great Father Falaha calls him to his side. I'm sorry, Denim.
What?
When we discovered him in the Corpse Vale near Heim, he lacked even the strength to stand.
What place is this Vale?
It is a small cavern where those afflicted with incurable disease or plague are kept.
Plague?
We did all that we could to save him, but his condition only worsens.
The Dark Knights had a hand in this, didn't they?
He was tortured, yes. And made to quaff a vile draught meant to loosen the lips. And the mind.
Father.
Let us go.
Father, it is I, Denim.
Ah, Denim. You've come at last. There is something I must tell you.
It's about my sister, isn't it?
Kashua is not your sister. As you know, she is the last remnant of Dorgalua's line. The Princess Versalia Oberith. Kashua's mother was one of the Queen's handmaidens. A girl named Manaflora.
You want to speak with me? What of?
I was hoping, Your Highness, that I might be granted a short leave.
I am dismayed. Do you not know you're the only one in this castle to whom I can confide my heart, Manaflora? The more your betrayal cuts to the quick. Did you think me blind? Forgive me. I should have known that a king risen from the peasantry would prefer a simple country girl. Your forgiveness, I beg you. Forgive you? I might as soon strangle you. You will serve me for the rest of your days, Manaflora. Do you understand? My slave till you die. Wait. Surely you are not with child.
She gave birth to Kashua not long after departing the castle.
How is Manaflora? I feared as much. The strain was too much for her delicate heart to bear. So, That is Versalia.
Is that to be her name? Versalia?
It was His Highness's wish to have his daughter named so. I heard it from his very lips.
We should tell him. He will want to know.
Have you not heard? Queen Vernata will bear her own child a month hence. No. It is best that only you and I know of this.
Then, what should I do with the child?
Keep her. You lost a child recently. Kashua, was it? Raise this one in her stead.
As my own flesh and blood?
Yes, for her sake, and the good of Valeria.
But how?
I am sure you will find a way. Ah, I have something for you. Take these necklaces. They should fetch a good price.
What? Where are these from?
They were a gift from His Highness to celebrate the birth of his child. He intended that the blue be given to a prince, the red to a princess.
But I could not sell these.
You will need money if you're to raise a child, and a princess besides. You and I both grew up commons. You know what it is to need. What we must do. Give it no more thought, Prancet. This is the only way.
But Branton deceived me. He used his knowledge of Maniflora in the girl to advance his position within the church. I erred, Denham. When the king passed away, had I only offered up Kashua then, this war might never have come to pass. But I couldn't let her go when I heard her call me father. I could not take that away from her, or her from me.
I had no idea.
The Dark Knights have searched long and hard for Kashua, but not to make her sovereign of Valeria. They pursue another purpose.
You know this purpose?
Yes. Her crowning ceremony was for show. They don't want her upon a throne. They want King Dorgalawa's legacy.
What legacy? Some sort of artifact?
I do not know what it is. Only that it rests with the king. Now that they have Kashua, they seek the tomb.
And my sister knows where it is?
No. She knows nothing. Yet her role is vital. Only one who shares the Dynast King's blood can undo the seal upon the tomb.
They're using her.
Yes. And when she has fulfilled her purpose, they'll...
Father, you must rest.
Listen to me, Denham. You must save Kashua. You are the only one who can. You can lead her to her rightful destiny. Do this for us. For
Father!
Find Maruva. He was once Archieris in our order. He can help you.
Say no more, Father. You must conserve your strength.
No, it is not about you. Become a stone along the path to our salvation. You must look with clear eyes, Denham. Make the right choice. Lead us along the true path. make our way. Do this. Only this.
You mustn't talk. You must rest.
Denim. Forgive me.
Father! Father.
There is something else you must know.
Can it not wait?
No. It concerns you and the Regent Branton.
What?
He and your father were siblings. True brothers by blood.
Branton's my uncle. Then who am I?
Your true name is Denim Morn. You are Bakram.
That's madness. I won't believe it. Me? Bakram?
Please, good sir, calm. Think back. When you were quite young, you resided with Abuna Pranset in the royal city of Heim.
Sybil! You lie!
I wish it was so, but I speak true. As a child, you oft played on the grounds of Archiaris Maruva's villa.
Stop this! Please!
You spent your days in play with Maruva's 4 daughters there.
Go on.
You were closest to the girl who shared your birth year. One day, as you played by the water, this girl wandered too deep and began to drown.
How do you know that? But that was my sister who was drowning. No. She saved me. I remember.
In her struggling, the girl struck her head, leaving a small scar.
It was you.
It was my eldest sister, Saria, who fished us out.
How is this possible?
I am the daughter of Maruva, who was once Archiaris of Valaha.
I cannot.
You can. You must, Denim. You are who you were born to be.
What?
Now stand, Denim. What you are, who you are, has no bearing on who you will become. Even were you born Bakram, the ideals for which you strove would be no different. Surely you did not dream of a kingdom for one people only. Remember your father's words.
Yes. It's as you say. It does not matter who I am. It matters only how I live, what I achieve. Thank you, Sybil Olivia.
I am pleased. You are the Denim I remember.
Let us find your father, Olivia. Have you any idea where he might be?
Perhaps he lost his faith.
What's that?
It may seem odd, but as you rise in the ranks of the church, your duties become less of faith and more of politics. Men like Balbatos and Branton are such... Their power as regent or steward becomes more important than their devotion. I watched as my father dirtied his own hands, full aware of what he did. After Dorgaloa passed away, my father lost in a struggle for power with Branton, and so lost his rank as Archiaris. But though he could now return to his faith, free from political machinations, he was not pleased. That is when my sisters left. They could not accept that he had changed, that faith and politics are links of a single chain. The teachings of God are a compass needle for the righteous man, a way for all to live in peace and happiness. Throw yourself into the maelstrom that is governance. As long as you follow the teachings, your course will be true. But my father... My father lost his faith. He set out upon the same path as Branton before him.
So, perhaps he has left to find his faith once more?
It is possible.
The temple to Falaha is in Heim, but he could not have returned there.
Then where could he have gone? I've not heard of any of the temple to Falaha in these isles.
My father once spoke to me of an ancient shrine, a Hagia on Bonamuba. We might start there.
I can think of no other course of action. To Bonamuba then, Denham.
Wait. You're Denham! What are you doing here?
I might ask the same of you. What are the Bakram about?
If you want to know, you'll have to beat it from me. You're after Maruva too, aren't you? Waste of time. Too late. Our friends have him by now.
You abandon your post and go over to the enemy. Do you know what this means?
Balsaphon admitted to the lie. You heard him, Volok.
It's his brother, after all. Balsaphon has shown poor judgment, but who are we to find fault? Men are governed by passion. Rules and reason are not enough to bind them.
He played me for a fool. To say nothing of my parents, House Glacius, even Lodis.
I know, but the High Champion's orders are quite clear. He's to be charged for his crimes after his return to Lodis.
Do you not think the High Champion knew of all this? He and Balsaphon keep close counsel. I cannot believe he knew nothing of Hobrin.
Speak no more, Ozma. Return with me to the High Champion, for my sake, if not your own.
I can't go back. Not like this.
Ozma! Leave Ozma to me. You're to return to Heim and make a full report to the High Champion. Sir!
Near that hole again. Yikes. Night.
No use to feign ignorance, father. I know you know.
I do not, and I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Is that any way to speak to your own daughter? Or have you abandoned me, as you did mother?
I've abandoned no one.
Then you'll tell me where to find the Apocrypha.
You'll have no aid from me in that foolishness, Sherry. None.
You leave me no choice but to bring you with me.
What? Unhand me!
I'm sure you'll change your mind once we've reached time.
Do not do this, Sherry.
Prepare him for the journey. Time to leave.
Abuna Maruva, are you alright?
Who are you?
Would you know me if I said I was Denim of Goliad?
Plancet, son.
There will be time for talk later. Let me handle this.
Yes, but please, spare the woman.
What?
She is my daughter, Sherry.
Very well.
The Father watch over you.
I always knew La Rosa was useless. All breeding and no substance, that one. What about you, Denim? I seem to remember you as a Fey child. Delicate as a rose, but no matter. Such fancies will not stay my blade. Why have you come here? Do you think to make an ally of my father? What is it that draws men to him even now? Say what you will of Branton. At least he does not lose his battles.
Why drive your family to the feet of he who ruined you?
Because there is no surer road to victory than to join the winning side.
What good victory without principles?
As much good as taking your principles with you to your grave, surely. It is the victor who lives. That is the only truth that matters. You've made a dire enemy this day.
Well, at least we got it done that time. Probably could have got it done the first time too, but I forgot. Like, I read ahead on how to recruit people, because I didn't realize there's a lot of places in the game where if you don't do it at a specific time, you have to do a lot of backtracking to get people. So, trying to avoid that.
So Prancet has rejoined the Great Father. I grieve with you.
Then help me.
What good will come of it? I know you are no tyrant, no Balbatus or Ronway, but it is the people who suffer in any struggle, however noble. You know this as well as any. Your own Goliath suffered such a fate.
The more reason to quench the flames of war for good and all. We must forever rid the Isles of the vile instruments the Hierophant and the Duke have used against us. As Dorgalua once united us, Valeria must unite itself.
Dorgalua's time is long past. What vestiges of that era remain are in the hands of the Dark Knights.
Kashua.
Have you the will to wage war upon her?
She is my sister. I must find some way to help her.
The old bonds die hard.
She is family to me, whether by blood or no.
Family, yes. Very well. Such aid as I have to offer is yours.
You honor me.
Where is this place? And why am I here? Who's there? Show yourself! Make haste? Make haste with what? Who are you to command me? What? It was a dream. A foul dream.
A report, Lord Regent.
What is it?
Lady Ferena's expedition for the Apocrypha has not reported in on schedule.
Sherry? The Almorican's work.
I cannot say, though given the circumstances.
Poor Sherry. All breeding and no substance.
Perhaps they've taken hostages. Shall I send a party to Almorica?
No. Leave them.
My lord?
I said leave them. Do not make me repeat myself again. She was given a simple task and she failed. The Buckram have no need of such aid.
As you say, Lord Regent.
Must I be surrounded by such fools?
We will.
So, Sir Lancelot has not yet returned. Let us hope he is all right.
You should get some rest. Your wounds have yet to fully mend.
I'm fine. I think I've staved off death another day.
So, Warren, there was something I wanted to ask you.
This has the sound of something serious.
Why did you come to our isles? The real reason.
Why do you want to know?
If your ends are the same as Lodis, I would ask you to return to Zenobia.
Oh.
I have no wish to fight you. If you've another purpose here, perhaps I can help.
I already told you. We were banished.
The truth, Warren.
Very well. The truth, then. We are here on an errand for our king, but I assure you, we have no designs on Valeria. Our true purpose is quite different.
We will return as swift as possible, Majesty.
This banishment was a necessary evil.
Fool a friend to fool a foe, or so they say. We deserve no less. The safekeeping of the blade was our sworn duty. On the honor of the Holy Knights, we will return Brynhilda to its rightful place.
Whatever Lodis's reason for taking the blade, it belongs here. See it done, Lancelot.
Your Majesty.
Brynhilda? All this intrigue over a sword?
No ordinary sword. It is said that he who wields Brynhilda wields a conduit to the wisdom of the gods and to their wrath. I cannot vouch for the legend, but regardless, the sword is an ancient Zenobian heirloom. We must retrieve it at any cost.
And it was the Dark Knights who stole it?
Quite right. We were convinced they had taken the sword to Lodis, Yet all the while it was in Valeria. Did they bring it here as mere subterfuge, or for some deeper purpose? We must... must find out.
I mislike the sound of that cough. You had better rest now. Think no more on the sword. We will find it. When we do, it will be safe.
I've no doubt of that, Denham. Thank you.
I hear you've learned the whereabouts of the princess?
She was spotted with a party of Dark Knights training at Barnisha Castle.
Abuna Maruva, is the king's tomb located at Barnisha?
I do not know. I had already left the city when the king passed. Yet I find their actions baffling.
How so?
I heard no claims that the king had been buried anywhere but the royal mausoleum. I am sure that the queen and prince rest there, in the city.
So they searched for a different tomb?
When we reach Barnisha, we'll know.
True enough. I doubt Branton expects us to move on them there. And we should have the support of the people if we're seen as wresting the princess from the hands of the Dark Knights.
I am inclined to agree.
We prepare for war then. Send one legion to Yarumza Canyon to draw the Bakram forces' attention. While they are so occupied, I will lead a detachment directly on Barnisha.
As you command, sir.
Much hangs in the balance. Let us pray the chariot rides with us. Helberum, what past do you share with the Dark Knights?
I was in the Order of the Dark Knights Lothlorien.
I hope you have an explanation for this.
My full name is Hoberim von Rams.
Von Rams? Sir Balzaphon...
is my brother, and Ozma was to be my bride.
How could you keep this from me?
Hear me out. I have long since turned my back on Lothlorien. I ventured to these islands with but one purpose: to kill my brother.
What?
Balzaphon murdered our parents.
What do those withered fools in the Senate know? Traitors, every one of them! They make no obeisance to High Priest Sardian, yet they fawn over every merchant and upstart house with 2 coins to rub together. Decay eats Lotus from within. Only Lothlorien can cut away the rotten flesh. And Lord Father, when the Senate convenes tomorrow, we must have your support.
You are obstinate to a fault, Balzaphon. What you ask is impossible. I will speak for the Senate's proposal. We cannot allow Lothlorien to grow any more powerful. Ask anything else of me, my son, and it shall be yours. But never this.
When did you become a tool of the aristocracy? Ours is an old and noble house. You tarnish our name with this needless groveling.
I placed you in Lothlorien to be my eyes. Now you are become Sardian's pet. You are unfit to lead this family. Be gone from my sight. Come, Ogre.
Lord Father!
Fool.
What have you done, brother?
Open your eyes. The Senate is a suppurating wound in the body of Lotus. Our father was a species of disease.
Have you gone mad? The people will never abide such treachery.
The people are already ours. You know that. There's nothing you can do to stop us now. The wheels are already set in motion. You will follow me.
You mean to incite a war? I may not be able to stop you, but I will never join you. You must kill me as you killed our father.
I thought you more reasonable than this, my brother.
Much of the aristocracy was cowed in Sardian's rebellion. The High Priest's men purged the Senate and filled its ranks with bootlicks and scullions. The blame for my father's murder fell on me. As punishment, they plucked out my eyes and banished me from Lodis.
How horrible.
I did not learn of my mother's death until a month after the rebellion. The official account declared her the victim of some mischance or another. In truth, she was poisoned, because she would not lend her voice to their cause.
And it was Balsaphon who made word of this mischance known.
I know how this must sound, but I swear in Falaha's name that every word is true.
So, you've come here seeking vengeance?
And I will have it. I came to Valeria seeking vengeance, but that is not the only reason I remain. Yours is a worthy cause, Denim. I would join you. Ozma, I have always loved Lodis, but the country I knew is gone. High Priest Sardian has twisted it beyond recognition. I could not save Lodis, but it's not too late for Valeria. If I can aid them in their revolution, I will do it gladly.
I see.
You are a man of honor, Hobram. I should be glad to have you at my side.
Thank you, Denim. What now, Ozma? Knowing the truth, will you return to Lothlorien?
Nothing would please me more than to join you, Hobram. But the Resistance killed my brother. A debt I have yet to repay.
My father would still be alive if not for you. But he told me to be a stone along the path to our salvation. Begrudging you his death serves nothing. If it will move Valeria toward peace, you are welcome among us. What's done is done.
You would forgive me. It would be easier to cut you down were you not so obliging. Let me be your eyes, Hobram. Though it may be you who shows me the way.
Thank you, Ozma. It cheers me to hear you say so.
Alright, it's time for more Tactics Ogre. I did a 2-hour stream yesterday, but ended up with only about an hour of salvageable footage, so we're gonna mix this one into the other one. Vanquish the enemy leader. I only have one person. I know I'm got a couple of the non-required people. The Venetian Way.
They're on Bakram's soil, but they won't get far. This is our land. If I fall this day defending it, I leave no regrets.
Cool. Generic Terror Knight guy. Man, they're just putting dragons in like every level at this point. It's getting really old. Apparently I forgot to change this. But that's okay. I'll do it now. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny. Oh my goodness. Oh. I did not sleep well. Oh. But I had coffee, so hopefully that helps. I don't know, there wasn't like really any reason. Honestly, like, probably mania? That's usually the reason I don't sleep, so I'm gonna go with default answer number 1. Seriously. Oh. Just trying to crackle the backle. There's like a little tense part in there, so I just try to wiggle around until it pops out. Various battles allow for various amounts of units to be used. I would say, like, in the beginning, I think you're just limited by the party members that you actually have and a couple of guests. And it opens up more and more over the game to a max party size of 12, which is too much, but whatever. I'll actually probably just edit this fight out because there's literally nothing happening in it. There's just way too many arbitrary, mandatory fights in this game. It's like, leave me alone. Okie dokie. It's so hilarious, like, that my hair looks such a dark color. Like, maybe you could see it better if I, like, zoom in. Maybe not, but it's like a metallic light blue color, so I don't know what I would need to do to make it show up correctly. Probably just have to shine a light bulb on my head. My bunny ears backwards. Oh my god, it's Friday already. It's wild. Hello. Zackingston. I like it. I'm hoping after the next couple story events I can go unlock the Buccaneer class so that I could have the main character have 2 swords again. it's a lot nicer that way. I know you can get extra class marks for some of the other characters, but I forget which ones off the top of my head. Hallo, Oslander. Do you speak German? I took German in college, or sprechen Sie Deutsch, rather. I know maybe 3 words, and those are the 3 right there. Terrible. Oh, that was you, Twice Slicer. Oh my god. My brain is broken. I was kind of zoning out. Yeah, I'm like out of it. I'm pretty sure mother is like Mutter, and fuck is, it's like fickin', because fuck me is fick mick. Of course I remember some of the naughty words. But yeah, like English, we call lawyers like shysters. It's a direct ripoff from German. It literally means scheißen is to shit, so. Pretty much. I don't have German lessons for you. Like I said, I know like 4 words. Oof. I know like some of the weird common phrases because we had to like speak them during tests. Like, one was like, wo wohnst du? Like, where do you live? In der Stadt is like in the city. And we have reached the depth and brevity of my German skills right there.
Can't let them cross the Urumza. I must be defended.
I'm so generic that I just died.
The way to Urumza Canyon is clear. Ready a detachment.
This is gonna be another generic fight where nothing happens. It sounds very harsh, Like, Russian and German both sound very harsh to me.
Third, the Armoricans think to deny reinforcement to your rooms of cannon. A fine stratagem on the page, but how long can this lesser force endure? We will crush them and harry the Armorica flank ourselves.
Yep, more generic bullshit. It's very, like, throaty sounding. Like the umlaut, it's like an ugh sound. You have to, like, really dig deep into the throat. Du bist mein Scheiße. That means you eat my shit. I learned that from South Park. When Cartman's mom was in a very questionable porno. German Scheiße porn. I forget if that's an episode or if it's one of the actual, Yeah, did that sound gay? Deep throating some carrots and whatnot. Yep. I remember, like, the US military used propaganda against another country, saying that their, like, jet fighters had better than 20/20 vision because they ate carrots, and supposedly it makes your vision better. It was just propaganda to get other people's morale down that we were trampling. Oh, never mind. It was World War II, and it was the British that came up with that shit. I lied. I knew it was something along those lines, though. The Bunny Lords. Right in the vajayjay. That sounds really weird. Neato. I think I'm gonna skip that. No thank you. Pretty soon old people like me will just be cancelled for saying stuff that, like, was completely culturally appropriate when we were growing up, but over time slowly became less culturally appropriate. It's very weird to me. I think the culture now is that everybody's offended by everything forever. And I don't have time, like, to be offended at every little thing. I'm just too old. I don't care. Have you ever had, like, an itch and then, like, you can't stop thinking about it and then it just continues to itch even though it's probably still not itchy anymore? So then you just keep itching it? That's basically what's happening to me right now.
This is no detachment. No. This is the true host. The armies at your rooms are only a feint. It's Barnicia Castle they seek.
Die fucking faster, buddy. This is all shit that was divulged in earlier cutscenes. Whatever makes people happy. If they want to be perpetually miserable and just be trolling. Like, it's even leaked into our politics now, just fucking troll-a-lol-a-lolin'. Donald Trump just... Make America great again. More like... How to be a troll for douchebags. Oh boy. Zorius Field.
Denim of Goliath. So it is true. Ah, I had forgotten how invigorating the battlefield could be. I'm too long slinking about in the shadows. Come to storm Barnicia Castle and rescue the Princess Fair. You may find her a somewhat unwilling companion.
What a dingle. Vanish dingle with your Pringle. yeah. Basically, the ultra-rich have decided to turn people into serfs or slaves again, basically. And they're just making everything so incredibly expensive that you can't basically afford to live without having 2 jobs, or you're so afraid to lose your job because you're 1 paycheck away from starving. Like, welcome to the new world order, kids. Like, that's what every country in the entire world is simultaneously deciding they should do all at once, so that a bunch of corrupt people can have mega yachts and shit. Sexy. I mean, honestly, that's what, like, I feel like I had to do as a kid. Like, you kind of had to take just, like, the general disdain for being gay, like, at that point in time in your life, with the people that are not necessarily in the know, but still willing to be your ally. Like, why are you gonna alienate somebody if they're, like, at least willing to hear you out? Like, that's, you know, that's a rare thing these days. People would rather just be right all the time, even when they're wrong. Like, it's just easier to not, like, be wrong, I guess. Like, to feel vindicated for every breath you take. You just know that everything that you're doing and everything you're saying is always right, all the time. Shit is bizarre, man. I am the one true lord because my Jeebus fell up into the sky and melted into a protoplasm, and he breathed life into this world. And he forgave me for my sins when he got melted into a petri dish and injected into my bloodstream. I'm like, y'all bitches crazy. I want no part of your cult. Thank you very much. Like, that's what these faux Christians, like, this is their MO, like, Jesus died for my sins, so fuck you. Like, that's the whole, like, the whole game. Like, fuck you, I win. I get to go to Ultra Heaven with super luxury Jesus in my one-of-a-kind exclusive Tesla plaid, hanging out with all the cool, like, dead people that are way more awesome than all you bitches here in real life. Like, sounds like a fantasy, bro. Exactly. Driving? Why not teleporting? Yeah, you have that little cloud man, like, he just fishes you out of the space void if you accidentally drive off the side, because they have no fucking sides on those roads. It's your guardian angel. He's there guarding you. He's an angel. Why are you so stupid? He's fucking guarding me. Some bizarre nonsense. And then for, like, every rebuttal, it's like, God gave you free will, though. He gave you free will. Also, you're persecuting me. You're persecuting me and you have free will. Like, yeah, I guess I have the free will to persecute your stupid ass then, right? Like, why don't you just fucking swallow that nugget of truth, you dumb bitch? Fucking people. Yeah, I'm better than you because I don't eat meat. I'm better than you because I'm vegan. I'm better than you because I'm Christian. I'm better than you because I drive a Tesla. Christ. So many wackadoodles. So few hammers. Ugh. My nose is just eternally itchy now. I be talking shit about the divine, so that's my punishment. Oof. Oh yeah, you have free will. Duh. So stupid. That's why they made that movie, Free Willy, with the orca that jumps over the rocks, like... They had to free him. They had to free their Willy. I know, I love that shit. That's the most iconic, insane shit ever, like... He loves you, but if you do anything on his naughty list, he sends you to his evil stepbrother and at the core of the earth with all the molten lava and shit. Like, here's what I don't get about that, like... So let's say I'm, like, a person, and, like, I'm alive, and I have, like, feelings and stuff, you know? If I stub my toe, it's gonna cause me an ouchie poo. So, like, presumably, in heaven, like, your physical body is gone, right? Like, it's rotting in the dirt or scattered and your ashes are scattered into the wind or whatever. So, if that's how it is in heaven, you would assume that you no longer have, like, pathologies, illnesses, you no longer have sensations that are, like, of the earthly world. Because you're in heaven now, shouldn't you be, like, above that? Shouldn't you be, you know, celestial or whatever? So, like, here's my thing about hell, like, isn't it the same situation? Like, or presumably does Satan, like, reach his filthy, corrupt hand into your casket and then drag your actual physical body into the netherworld and then punish you all day with, like, pine cones up your butt or whatever, like... I mean... Like, that's the thing I just don't get about religion in general, is, like, it wants to have it both ways all the time, like... So if I'm a celestial thing now, then...
Enjoying your time afield, Ozma? Tell me which you prefer, this or the Dark Nights?
What am I to make of that? That you wish to desert Lothlorien?
A slave does not bear the burden of choice. I serve at the Dark Knight's pleasure.
I'm glad you know your place. You are Sir Lancelot's man now, body and soul. There is no future for you or your people that he does not command.
Spoken like a true daughter of House Glacius.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how do you torture someone's spirit? Like, do you just show them stuff they don't like on TV? Because, I mean, like, presumably their earthly body is gone and those sensations probably don't exist, like, in the afterlife is the way I would kind of presume it to be. But the Christians want you to think, like, oh, they get to have, like, all the good, like, sexy orgasms in heaven, but in hell you just, you know, the devil keeps shoving weird stuff up your pee hole.
My people are fortunate to have such fine figures watching over them.
Ah, you play the part of the tragic prince, and well. Closing your eyes when it suits your purposes, always a caustic word on your lips. It was never about your people, was it? It's about you.
The Nildam were doomed from the start. Once the invasion had begun, there was nothing I could have done to stop it. Yet though my homeland has perished, I defend the people to this day.
A convenient stance, to be sure. What possible quality did I see in you, Andorras? 'Tis a mystery to me now.
And to think Balsaphon wants to marry this woman. Or perhaps it is only that he wants to marry a daughter of House Glacius.
Oh, yes. A shame our union was not to be. And far be it from me to inconvenience my family. But my presence here is an ill omen for anyone looking to House Glacius for help. I'm sure you understand.
I don't even want to comprehend the ideology of existence for eternity. Like, when the fuck do I get a nap? Like, because again, presumably I've left all my bodily sorrows behind or whatever. So do I no longer need sleep? And does such lack of sleep prevent me from ever, you know, getting a mental illness or something? Like, religion doesn't answer any questions for me. It makes me want to ask a lot more.
Enough of this. I've done my duty to Lotus.
Ah, I hope you're not thinking of leaving.
I admire your spirit, boy. Can't wait to see what happens once you take Barnesia.
What? You think this is a game?
Yeah, I'm playing it on PS5 right now. But I mean, the spoils of war were traditionally rape, and religion started quite a few wars, so how do you, like, punish someone for, like, spreading your religion when, you know, the spoils of their war against other religions is rape? Like, bitches need to read a fucking history book, like, cracks me up.
What business have the Amoricans here?
Lower your weapons and surrender at once. Your lives will be spared.
Let's show them Lothlorien's true metal, boys.
Amusingly, like, the Bible doesn't really say anything about gay people, other than, you know, Leviticus and the lying with men situation. But he also discouraged polyblend clothing and eating shellfish, so if you ever ate a shrimp, or wore fucking polyblend clothes, or lay with another man, those are all abominations, so they all have the same punishment. And I would dare someone to find an article of clothing in their freaking closet that isn't a polyblend. Like, most stuff is made of more than one thing these days. And I mean, like, are shoes not an article of clothing? Like, I've never seen shoes that aren't made out of at least two materials. Because, you know, they need stitching, and typically they're made out of leather uppers and polyurethane bottoms. They can have other materials, but the gist of it is they're not, you know, one thing, essentially. So either the people that wrote the Bible are fucking wrong sometimes, which they definitely are, Because all you have to do is Google contradictions in the Bible and you'll see that there's quite a few of them. But it was written by man, and man has free will. Why is God gonna let a bunch of men hijack his fucking ideologies and spread them around the globe, serving a purpose outside of what he originally intended? Like, seems a little fucked up to me. At the bare fucking minimum. But yeah, I hear that argument too, like, oh, it was written in the context of the time in which the people that lived in it, blah blah blah. Okay. So it can't be right all the time. That's all I'm hearing you say at that point. If it can't be right all the time, then God isn't infallible. God can be wrong. So, and there's a whole movie like called Dogma that talks about that, like, and if you can prove God wrong, it like unmakes existence basically, because reasons, I guess. I don't know. Shit's hilarious. Religious people are just like so bizarre. And I love it when they're like, I believe. I don't know. I believe. That's one of my favorite lines, like. And my rebuttal is, the best part of believe is the lie. Because you can't spell believe without lie. So, go fuck yourself. Like, imagine if heaven has a similar hierarchy of power that we have here on Earth. Like, so we have God. He's like the president of heaven or something. And he's got his varying levels of angels and archangels and other servants. So basically, God is a colonizer who created himself a bunch of perfect slaves that'll always obey his will. And then he just got bored of that, I guess. And then created humans that have their own free will. And then for some reason decides that he's never going to intervene in their behavior, even if said behavior will destroy the fucking earth that he created for them. Like, that shit's just so bizarre to me, like. So, at best, God is like, gotten bored, built a very elaborate hamster farm, and then got bored of his boredom in creating this hamster farm, and then decides to leave it the fuck alone. Like, the invisible hand, just fucking, you know, I laid all this shit out here for you, and now you just go play in it, like. I mean, at best, you know, if you had to, like, describe that as a person, that's a sociopath. Like, that is a straight-up sociopath at that point. But don't ever try to mix religion with science with these people, because they'll be like, oh, you don't really know, though. We don't really know. And I'm like, but I thought you didn't need to know. I thought you had belief. These people just don't have a fucking coherent thought in their mind. They need to be stripped and beaten in the streets. Just like in Game of Thrones. The lady with the shame. Shame. For believing a bunch of dumbass bullshit. But, like, it's hilarious to me, too, because, like, when you mention prayer, like, God already gave you this fucking abundant world with all its resources and food and animals and plants and medicines and fucking biotechnology and everything else. But now, like, praying is a thing. Like, hey God, not only did you give me all this great stuff and existence, but I also need a fucking BMW, bro. Help a bro out. Help an investment banker out, bro. The ultimate bro. Fucking the Lord. He sent his only son to die for our sins. Well, sounds like at some point during that hamster experiment, he was like, holy shit, I need to reinvene in this, so I'm gonna fucking send my child on a suicide mission, which somehow forgives everybody of their misdeeds. Shit's bizarre, man. But his mommy was a virgin, too. I guess that's somehow important to the plot. Like, God didn't physically penetrate her, but he, like, spiritually, like, conceived a child inside of her? I don't understand. Exactly, like, the sole survivor. Oh, he must have had a reason to keep this guy around. Doesn't he think that that would give that person a big ego? Like, and doesn't he preach to be humble? I don't know, man. Sounds like a lot of shit isn't adding up. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit. And that's just one religion. There are many others, like, all conceived by man, all in order to manipulate the populace. Like, it's like Occam's razor. Like, the simplest thing is usually the true thing. So, yeah. Convoluted 5,000-page holy texts written by multiple authors that had conflicting beliefs that are all there to manipulate society. Oh boy. Yeah, and if this god wants everyone to have an equal experience on Earth, why do he make people a bunch of different funny colors and have a bunch of different kinds of culture that upsets random kinds of people? And why did he do all these other things? Like, and I mean, like, okay, everybody's born from Adam and Eve. Explain race to me, please. Also, I mean, it's scientifically proven if you have a bunch of people inbreeding, like, eventually that bloodline is going down hard. You need genetic diversity to survive as a species. Oh boy. Oh, religion. So hilarious. Gosh, just wake up in the morning and eat your box of Delusionos. Show up to church in a very fancy suit. And apparently that's enough. It's good enough for God. Also, don't do those 10 specific things or whatever. Why did God need a New Testament then? Like, he's infallible, right? But obviously something changed in his little hamster experiment, and he had to intervene again. So, faith is a mental illness, in my opinion. I don't know, but I look at it this way. Like, 200 years ago, TV didn't even exist. So you have a bunch of really bored people daydreaming, you know, about how much it sucks to be a slave and having no cures for most illnesses and dying. Like, people just got creative and they came up with some shit, you know? Like, that's part of it. The bigger part, though, is that it was inevitably used to manipulate the populace, so...
almost as if they didn't know we were coming. But why? Surely that Dark Knight who escaped would have given them warning.
Yeah, it's truly a very boring read. But I mean, like, Old Testament stuff, like...
I did not expect them to find us here.
Someone whispers to the Almoricans.
Who? The Regent? That fond of us, is he?
Walking around with their Bible. What are they gonna do? Like, they're gonna flip to the glossary in the Bible and then be like, this is the part where I decide how to deal with the McDonald's employee that refused to give me chicken nuggets because the business ran out of them. Like, because there's just a bunch of fucking useful stories in there for, like, how the real world works. Like, oh yeah, there's that part in the Bible where, you know, oh, my boss is a fucking dickhead. So I, like, read on how to, like, you know, make him be less of a dickhead or something. Like, it's not in there, folks.
It matters not. This provides the perfect opportunity to avenge Oz and Ozma.
Do not be so eager to die, Barbas. They're not the rebel they once were.
You call me weak.
I call you foolish if you think you face children down there.
But face them we must. It's only a question of whether we end this here or in Heim. Surely you aren't suggesting we quit these islands entirely. We have not yet lost, and you would leave without a fight.
Yeah, my favorite chapter in the Bible is when they teach you how, like, health insurance works and how to drive a car and all that fun stuff.
I fear that even were we to place Kashu upon the throne, it would not bring an end to this unrest.
Precisely why we must crush them here and now.
Surely you've forgotten our true goal, Barbas. The rule of Valeria is but one step along our path. If we retreat now, our losses would be trivial. The High Priest has commanded as much.
The High Priest? I'd as soon have his head on a pike as hear what that imbecile has to say.
Enough, Barbas. Or it may be your head upon the pike.
Speak the truth, Lancelot. You don't want to lose favor with the Senate. What of the miracle we seek? Was that not the very reason we stole the Zenobian blade?
Speaking of which, I've received word from Bolzapon.
Again? What will he have us do now? Wrest the firmament from its perch?
Sister! Tartaros, release my sister at once!
I leave this in your hands.
My hands will be happy to show them the difference between knights and children.
We leave now, Kashua.
I was waiting for you, boy.
Yeah, and in some countries they remove women's clitoris too. Like, awesome.
But you're a fool to advance on our front gates.
A fool? Your friends did not call me so as they died.
And brazen besides. Allow me to show you something. Know what this is? Of course you do not. This marvelous weapon is called a fusil, and it is far more powerful than any sorcery. Ah! Worthless, bedeviled contraption! You! Take this from my sight! As I was saying, Contraptions are well and good, but a true knight fights with a sword, excepting those who fight with hammers, such as myself. Ready yourself, Denim of Goliath. I intend to end you and your futile war.
That guy seems like a ding-dong dipshit. But yeah, I've even heard people say, like, the ends kind of, like, justify the means with religion. That supposedly, you know, people will be better controlled in those circumstances. I would completely disagree. Just take away people's electricity for a week and see how they act. Ooh. Shit is not pleasant. But yeah, religion will, out of the corner of their lips, say things like, "Thy will be done." And then on the other corner of their lips, they'll say like, "Oh, but they have free will." I'm like, I don't know that you can have both. Yeah. And it's kind of hilarious that there's a black man that's on the Supreme Court in the United States in an interracial relationship, and he wants to, you know, kind of destroy gay rights a little bit because of religion or something. But it's kind of funny because the laws that he's attacking were kind of built upon over time. Like, at first it was like, okay, interracial marriage is legal. There's this right to privacy. You know, there's this right that you shouldn't have your medical information manipulated or used against you by corporations. There's this whole, like, gay rights thing now and gay marriage, stuff like that. If you start peeling the top layers away, like, then you're kind of attacking not only, you know, the top layer, but everything that was built upon the original information. So it's just kind of hilarious to me, like, how brazenly stupid this man is. Yeah, like, he's evolved. Like, he's a white guy now, magically, like. Like, another thing that baffles me is, like, God gave you hormones. He made it so you'd be horny on occasion so that you could proliferate life. Supposedly. Anyways, he then asks of his servants, priests and nuns and that sort of thing, like, that they abstain from, like, having sex, or, you know, like, proliferating their name sort of a thing. And it's just kind of hilarious, like, because these modern day, like, super church people are like, it's usually a married couple, and they usually have kids. And it's just, like, so far fucking removed from the ideal intent. Like, the new religion is capitalism. Like, Jesus died so I could drive a Lexus sort of mentality. Blows my mind. Jesus died for my right to smoke cigarettes, imbibe enough alcohol to make me drunk perpetually for the rest of my life, and to beat women. Like, these people think they're above the law because they think God's on their side, and God's always gonna forgive them for every stupid thing they ever do, and nothing bad's ever gonna happen to them. Cool story, bro. To me, it sounds like you're just abdicating responsibility. Where in the Bible did God say that capitalism is the preferred economic situation? Like, these fucking people. But they have faith. They believe. It all just boils down to that, like, and it's a really thin, like, argument to stand on.
Was that odd? You'd think such a pockmarked pisswater face would leave a stronger impression.
Zenobian, why aren't you dead yet?
Oh, because your jester of a brother is a terrible swordsman. Where is your facile friend today?
Martim? You speak of Martim. So you're the knight who begged for your life at the point of his sword.
Do you repeat every lie you're told in this fashion? By my honor, if you know what that is, 'twas your fool of a friend who cried mercy.
A fine tale. May it keep you company in your grave.
What have we here? The Dark Knight who assaulted Rhyme, slaughtering innocents by the score. What have you done with Lancelot? What have you done with my brother?
The High Champion's your brother now, is he?
Quiet, you!
A bird's place is in the stew pot, not the battlefield.
I'll pick your eyes out for that! It's him! I'd know him anywhere!
Something you want to say to me, boy?
Denham! He's the dog who led the attack on Goliath!
You're certain?
I watched as he butchered our friends, as he slew my father!
Ah, the drunk's whelp! If you miss your father, I'll send you to join him!
A courtesy I thought to offer you. You contend with me in this life, and my father in the next.
I have a score to settle with you from Rhyme.
Rhyme? Ah, yes. You failed to defend her, as I recall, Knight. How are you with your other ladies? You must disappoint them as well.
I'd be more worried about my own fortunes and love were I you. When I'm finished with you, the ladies would barely know you for a man, let alone a knight.
Now here's a stroke of luck. Finding the courtyard in your hands, Barbas. Of all our Knights Commander, I always considered you least worthy of the title.
Do you think to rout me with those cheap parlor tricks of yours, Ozma?
Brute force. Is that all you understand? Perhaps it's time I versed you in the higher arts.
Such pride for a woman, especially one who leans upon her family name so. Nothing a good beating won't remedy. I wonder what Oz would think were he to see you now. His beloved sister, a traitor. No, a flighty wench, run off to another man.
My brother's memory is no fodder for your japes.
I'm surprised. I was convinced you'd forgotten all about your brother. After all, you seem to have fallen in quite readily with his murderers.
I warn you, Barbas.
No, thank me.
for I will reunite you with your brother. You can ask him how he rests yourself. I find myself needing to depart. I suppose I have a good excuse at least.
Wait, Barbas!
I do not leave the field eagerly, but I admit we are outmatched.
Kashua, we return to Heim. This decrepit castle crumbles around us.
No! I've had my fill of flight!
Kashua, no!
Sister! Sister, hear me. You are deceived. They care nothing about restoring your throne. They seek a relic left by the Dynast King. Only one of Dorgalua's blood can help them grasp it. They're using you.
Do not lend him your ear, Kashua. Think on how you've been betrayed by King Dorgalua, Abuna Prancet, even your brother. That's right, your dear brother betrayed you. Have you forgotten your pain so soon?
So they serve their own ends. What of it? It is a fact of life and war that men use others. Even as I will use them to defeat you. At least here I know I am needed. Perhaps even by you, Denham.
Oh my. Ugh. I love that they put me like ultra far away from everything. It's gonna take forever to get up there.
I need no eyes to know who stands before me, Tartaros.
Oberon, the finest swordsman Lothlorien ever produced. I'm glad the loss of your sight has not diminished your skill. Our convictions may have been at odds, but I was sorry to lose you all the same.
At odds or not, I was dismayed by your little purge. It is the act of a blunt instrument. Yes, the nobles write laws to fatten their bellies, all the while telling the people all they did is for them. The very picture of corruption. But this, to change so much so quickly, invites suffering.
There was no other way. We sound well when we speak of a republic, but look at the commons. They are sluggards, dull to an extreme. They are moved to support only that which benefits their fortunes, comfort, or offspring, and nothing requiring sacrifice. Should we blame the few ignoble nobility who seek to profit from this sorry state of affairs? Hardly. I ask you, who chooses the senators? Who commits laws to parchment? Corruption does not flow downstream. It is a rot that rises from the barrel's bottom. The mob ruled Lodus, and the mob leans not towards self-betterment. Our uprising showed them that change had come. But more importantly, it taught them where to kneel.
And so you took not only their freedom, but any hope they could imagine a better world with it. How can you raise a people's station in life when you crush them beneath your boot?
Why join them, Kashua? Have you forgotten what they did to Goliath?
I am Vassalia, daughter of the Dynast King. The Kashua you knew is no more. I stand with the Dark Knights to end this war.
This war began when they came to these islands. You really think they will help you end it? Even if they do, they'll not let Valeria free of their clutches. We must win our own freedom, else it means nothing. Don't you see, Kashua? They're using you.
I'll not deny it. Do as you feel you must. Can you not trust me to do the same?
This is no question of trust, Kashua. You may well be a princess. You may even end this war. But a darkness grows within you.
What would you know of it?
Ozma, so you truly have turned your sword against Lodus and Lothlorien?
I do not intend to make enemies of either. I have merely lost faith in you, High Champion.
You are wrong to blame me for what became of Oberon. That is between him and his house. And you. I always thought well of you, Ozma. Never resting on the laurels you were born to. A bold spirit you had. Deep love for your homeland. And a true desire for reform. Pity.
Oberon may see things differently than you and Balsaphon, but that is no reason to cast him aside. You talk about rescuing Lodus from rot, but how can you inspire revolution when you fail to inspire your own kin? I cannot see a future in the way you deceive and rule others with fear. Fear the Dark Knights Lothlorien have well earned. I am ashamed. I thought that by bloodying my hands, I might seize justice. But it was a lie.
A surprising thing for you to say, given all you've done. But if you insist on playing the winsome lass, play on. Only know this. I do not seek justice. No. Justice follows in my wake. Progress is bought with blood. Wait for revolution, and it will never come. We cannot hold against such force. We must withdraw.
What? And leave me here?
Perhaps I should kill her now. The turmoil would only make it easier to assail these wretched islands, and make ruling them a far more difficult proposition. No. We must trust to Kashua. For now. Forgive me, Kashua. May the Empress watch over you.
Coward!
You shouldn't lurk in doorways. Are you all right?
What do you mean to do with me?
Do with you? I'm here to help you, sister.
I am not your sister. I am Versalia, rightful ruler of Valeria.
No, you will always be my sister. We lived our whole lives together. One day, you may be Queen of Valeria, but you will always be a sister to me. Blood be damned.
A lie! What brother would abandon his sister as you did?
I did leave you, I'll not deny it. But only because I did not want to see you caught up in this war, sister.
Another lie! You were glad to be rid of me!
I love you, sister. How could I want to see you taken from me?
Denham.
Sister, our father is dead. As he lay dying, he told me something. Had he returned you to the king when the prince died, this war might never have happened. But he could not bring himself to hand over the child who called him father. He loved you too much. You were not of his blood, but he loved you no less, as I love you. You're the only family I've ever known. I did not want to lose you, sister. Blood be damned, I will not lose you again.
I'm sorry, Denham. How could I have been so selfish? Can you forgive me?
That's behind us now. The important thing is that we'll never be apart again.
Barbas, I cannot say I'm pleased to see you live. Back to Heim! I've had enough of knights not worth their armor.
Alright, we're gonna call that an episode. I've got some editing to do, so I'll be off for a while. But thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.